Srotonn versus Dominique Wilkins, and Dominique showing out for the kids here, putting a stop to Karl. Chris Paul versus Dwight Howard.
What the are we doing? What is even going on at this point?
Believe me when I say I'ma pull up when the stage drops. Believe me when I say she don't look good. Believe me.
Yo, what is everybody? It's your boy Srotonn here, but you could call me Tone. All right, listen. I'm gonna watch her put the 100 greatest NBA players in a 1v1 tournament. I don't know how I've never watched this, but let's get into it.
Today, I put the top 100.
Ooh, hold on. Jam.
Today, I put the top 100 NBA players of all time into a 1v1 tournament. Getting right into round 1, we have Damian Lillard versus Dolph Schayes. For the first round,
I don't know who Dolph Schayes is. I'll be honest with you.
Getting right into round 1, we have Damian Lillard
65 seed, okay.
Versus Dolph Schayes. For the first round, each game will go to 7 points, going up by 1s and 2s, and you have to win by 2 as well. Lillard ended up winning this game 8-5. Next is Ray Allen
versus Gus. Damn, I don't know who Gus is, but you know I'm going for Ray.
Versus Gus Williams.
Going for Ray.
3-point shooters are looking pretty OP in this game, and Ray Allen won 8-4. Now we have Gary Payton versus
Gary Payton versus Chauncey. I will go with Gary only because Gary got better defense.
Chauncey Billups. And if you're wondering how I picked the top 100 players, I just used the list that was on Ranker, which anyone can vote on. Chauncey won this game 7-4. Then
really?
We had Luka Doncic versus Dennis Johnson.
I don't know Dennis.
Luka is the youngest player in this tournament.
I'm assuming Luka's gonna win.
At 25 years old, and he won 7-5. Next is Bob Cousy versus Dave Bing.
Hey man, shout out to the Celtics. I'm going with Bob.
And Bob Cousy is the oldest player in this tournament at 96 years old. He won 9-6. Then we had Kyrie Irving versus Chris Webber.
This is not even cool. This is the height advantage, nigga.
And despite the big height mismatch in this game, Kyrie won 7-5.
Okay.
After them was
My bad. Moses Malone, probably Joel.
Moses Malone versus Joel Embiid. Two great 76ers facing off, but Malone came out on top, winning 9-7.
Damn.
Next is Dikembe Mutombo versus Tim Hardaway.
Bitch, I don't even want to say no more. I feel like I've been wrong on all of them. I'm going with Mutombo, but Tim could get to the rim easier. We'll see.
And this height difference was insane. Mutombo at 7'2" versus Tim Hardaway at 6 foot. Mutombo won 7-4. Then we had Dennis Rodman versus Chris Bosh.
Oh, probably Chris Bosh. I don't see Dennis scoring over him, to be honest.
This game wasn't close at all, with Chris Bosh winning 7-4.
I was about to say, bro, I don't see Dennis scoring for real.
After them was Tony Parker versus Manu Ginobili.
I'm going with Manu. Tony's not bad either, though, but I like
Two great
Manu.
Spurs teammates. It was a close game, but Ginobili got the upset, winning 12-10.
Yeah.
Next is Chris Paul versus Dwight Howard.
What the fuck are we doing? What is even going on at this point? We'll put it down here.
And it's nice in this game, shorter players can actually compete against centers in 1v1s. The game was close, but Dwight still won 14-12. Then we had James Harden versus Joe Dumars. This was an easy victory for James Harden, winning 7-4.
That's crazy. Oh, niggas not gonna like that.
After that was Bill Walton versus Penny Hardaway. It was a close game, but Walton came out on top, winning
I can see that.
7-5. Next was Dominique Wilkins versus Bob Pettit.
Ooh, Bob
Two Hawks legends. They had a good fight, and Dominique won 9-7. Then we had Alex English versus Jerry Lucas. Another game
I don't know, but I would call Jerry.
Going over the score limit, with English winning 12-10. After them was James Worthy versus Gail.
Goodrich is a good pick. I don't know.
Goodrich. Two Lakers legends facing off. Worthy won 13-11. Next was Willis Reed versus George Mikan.
Oh, Mikan drill. Why he got glasses on? What the fuck? I don't know. I can't call it.
This was the biggest upset of round 1. Reed won 7-1.
7-1.
Then we had Pistol Pete versus Jimmy Butler.
Pistol Pete. I feel like Pistol Pete should take it, but Jimmy might surprise us.
This game was a lot closer than the last one. Jimmy came out on top, winning 13-11. After them was Robert Parrish versus Alonzo Mourning.
Robert probably going to win, but Alonzo might be the upset.
This game took forever to finish, but Parrish won 18-16.
Okay, I bet. Nigga, none of them can shoot threes.
This was Tracy McGrady versus Ralph Sampson.
True, Ralph Sampson. I want Tracy to win though.
And despite
Polk County.
Samson's big height advantage, T-Mac still won 8-4.
Of
Then we had
course.
Vince Carter versus
One thing about Tracy McGrady, bro, he is insane on 2K. I don't
Ben
know what the
Wallace,
fuck.
and Vince is going to be facing his teammate next round because he won 7-4.
Oh my
After them
God,
was
look at that dunk.
Wallace, and Vince is going to be facing his teammate next round because he won 7-4.
Oh my God.
After them was Rick Barry versus Yao Ming. Rick Barry is 4 overalls higher than Yao,
I hope Yao would win this.
but Yao still came out on top, winning 7-4.
Hell, that
Next
nigga
was
8-7.
Clyde Drexler versus Klay Thompson.
Clyde and Clay, probably Clyde. I feel like Clyde is a bigger, the bigger scorer, better scorer. Clay does have good defense, so we'll see.
And Clay's shooting, helping him get the W here, winning 10-8. Then we had Artise Gilmore versus Nate Thurmond.
Nate Thurmond, good God. I'm going with Artie. I like Artie.
This game was a complete blowout with Gilmore winning 7-2.
I like
After
Artie.
them was John Havlicek versus Dave DeBuscher.
John Havlicek. They probably going to fuck around and make Dave win, but hey, big Celtics over here, man. I'm rooting for John.
2 old timers. Havlicek came out on top, winning
Yes, sir.
7-5. Next was
One of the best shooters to ever do it. Wes Unseld and Sean Kemp. I don't know. Wes was like that, but I'm going with Sean Kemp.
Wes Unseld versus Sean Kemp. Unseld had the 4 overall advantage here, but
Damn.
Kemp won 7-5.
Okay, yeah.
Then we had Paul Pierce versus Billy Cunningham.
Big Celtics going for Paul.
And Cunningham got a bit of an upset here, winning 9-7. After them was Anthony Davis versus Bernard.
Versus Bernard King. I would hope Anthony Davis will win, but you never know.
King. Winner of this has to play Kareem in the next round, and 81-7-5. Next,
Good
we
luck
had
with that.
Wish Reggie Miller versus Derrick Rose.
Nice. I like this. I'm going with, I don't know about if Derrick Rose has great defense. I'm going with, I'm gonna have to go with Reggie.
Reggie Miller isn't actually in the game, so we got this creative version of him, but he still won 7-5.
Okay.
Then we had
Gotcha.
Jason Kidd versus Elgin Baylor.
I'm going with Elgin, but Jason might upset.
One of the greatest scorers versus greatest passers of all time. Baylor won 8-6.
Yeah,
After them was
got to.
Kevin McHale versus Chris Mullen. This game
Ooh, I like Chris Mullen for shooting, but he can't score over Kevin McHale.
went back and forth, but McHale took the W, winning 8-6.
Yes,
Next
sir.
up was Oscar Robertson versus Dave Cowens.
I'm
And
going with
Oscar
the big O.
Robertson, the highest overall of the first round to lose.
Oh my God.
Cowens won 7-5.
Wow, what the?
Then we had Pau Gasol versus Grant Hill.
I'm probably go with Powell. Even though Grant Hill was like that back in the day, I'm going with Powell.
Gasol made light work of Hill, winning
Okay,
7-4.
for
After
sure.
them was Isaiah Thomas versus JoJo White.
I don't know who
and
JoJo
being more
is.
of a passer
Ooh.
during his career didn't help Isaiah here. JoJo
Damn.
won 9-7. The second last match
Never
of round
mind.
1
Bob McAdoo, Paul George. Bob McAdoo might steal it. I ain't gonna lie.
was Bob McAdoo versus Paul George. And McAdoo won this one easily,
Yeah.
7-4.
Bob
And our
McAdoo for
final
sure.
match of round 1 is Carmelo Anthony versus
Russell. I'm going with Russell.
Russell Westbrook. I would have liked to see both of these players go further in the tournament, but Carmelo won this one,
Okay.
9-7.
Understandable.
Making our way into round 2, we
right.
have Michael Jordan versus Damian
MJ versus Dame. You know I'm going with.
Lillard. If you were wondering where all the best players were in round 1, they all had a
Round
bye,
2.
so they'll all play this round. Again, going to 7 points. Jordan beat Lillard 10-8. After
Yeah,
them was
man. They
Ray
ain't gonna let Jordan lose. Ray Allen better win.
Allen versus Chauncey Billups, and Ray Allen's shooting carried him again here, beating Chauncey 8-4.
Always.
Next, we had Jerry West versus Luka Doncic.
I'm going with Jerry. I really like Jerry in 2K. I really like Jerry in 2K. Luka is cool too, but I don't know how good Jerry West's defense is, but
Both 97 overalls, but Luka was quite a bit better, winning 7-4.
I can see that.
Then we
Better
had
finisher.
David Robinson versus Bob Cousy.
David better not lose, but
And Robinson had a huge height advantage here, but Cousy was still able to
That's
get the victory,
crazy.
winning 7-6. After them was Tim Duncan versus Kyrie Irving.
I'm going
Kyrie
Kyrie.
couldn't get anything going against Tim, and Tim won 7-5.
damn, Tim Duncan is like that on
Next was
on
Scottie
2K.
Pippen versus Moses Malone. Scottie
Scottie
was the
better
higher
win.
seed here, but stood no chance against Moses,
Damn.
won 7-4. Then we had Steph Curry versus Dikembe Mutombo.
Going with Steph.
And this game was back and forth. Mutombo was playing good D against Curry's threes, but in the end, Curry's shooting
Of course.
got him the 10-8
You can't
win.
fuck with that,
After
bro.
them was Nikola Jokic versus Chris Bosh.
Ooh, I'm going with Nikola, but Chris might upset. Old Chris, Raptors Chris was a different animal.
Jokic led the entire time. It was still close, but Jokic won 7-5.
Okay.
Next was Kobe Bryant versus Manu Ginobili.
Kobe better win.
And Ginobili stood no chance against Kobe,
He better.
who won 7-4.
Fuck that.
Then we had Dwight Howard versus James Harden.
James Harden probably gonna get him.
This game was a battle. It was back and forth the entire time, and despite the size mismatch, Harden won 11-9.
Yeah.
After them was Kevin
Harden on 2K is cheat code.
Durant versus Bill Walton.
Bill Walton can't shoot, but I feel he can make it over KD. Maybe not.
Durant won this game quite easily, winning
damn.
8-4. Next was Karl Malone versus Dominique Wilkins, and Dominique showing out for the kids here, putting a stop to Karl Malone, winning 9-7. Then we had Magic Johnson versus Alex English.
Going with Magic. I forgot if Alex English can shoot. I'm not sure.
This wasn't close at all. Magic won easily,
okay.
7-4.
Hell
After
yeah.
them was Steve Nash versus James Worthy.
Fuck. James.
I thought Nash was going to do a lot better than he did, but he stood no chance against Worthy, who
People don't be knowing how good James Worthy was, bro. Y'all better watch the game.
won 7-4.
I'm telling
Next
you.
was Hakeem Olajuwon versus Willis Reed.
I'm going with Hakeem.
And this game took forever. It was the highest scoring game of the entire tournament so far, but in the
good
end,
ass.
Hakeem won
I'm going with Hakeem.
26-24. Then we had Giannis Antetokounmpo versus Jimmy Butler. This was
Hopefully Giannis wins.
a blow up by Giannis,
Yeah,
who
I'm
won
about to say.
7-3. After them was LeBron James versus Robert Parrish.
LeBron.
Parrish put up a good fight here, but the 2-seed LeBron won
Dang,
7-5.
Robert can't shoot. He can't shoot.
Next was Tracy McGrady versus Vince Carter.
Oh, cousins battle. Shout out Polk County. Going with Tracy.
Two former teammates and second
Tracy is
cousins.
nasty.
It was Vince coming out on top, winning 7-5. Then we had Kevin Garnett versus Yao Ming.
KG is my favorite player ever. Argue with your mama. I'm going with KG. But y'all might win.
Yao couldn't do anything against Garnett,
Okay.
and Garnett
Yes,
won
sir.
7-4.
That's what I'm talking
After
about.
them was Dwayne Wade versus Klay Thompson. With how good
It has to be D Wade.
three-point shooters have been, I thought Klay had a great chance of winning this
Why?
game, but he couldn't hit his shots, and Wade won 7-4.
Bro, people don't really. How do y'all not remember how good D Wade was? And I know this is 2K, but come on now.
Next was Shaquille O'Neal versus Artise
I know I'm treating it like real life. I don't care. Shaq better. Artie is nice, but come on.
Gilmore, and Artise gave Shaq a great matchup here,
I'm
but
sure he
Shaq
did.
won
Come on, bro.
9-7. Then we had
Come
Kawhi
on.
Leonard versus John Havlicek.
Kawhi's gonna beat him. Come on now.
Kawhi dominated this game
Of
and won
course.
7-4. After them was Bill Russell versus Sean Kemp.
Big Bill Russell, big Celtics. Nobody's beating Bill Russell. I'm telling you.
Bill Russell was taken out of the game this year. We had to mod him back in, but he still won 7-5. Next
You're
was
not beating Bill Russell. I'm telling you. I play with Bill Russell all the time.
John Stockton versus Billy Cunningham.
I don't
and
know Billy
Billy
Cunningham.
had
Go with
yet
John.
another upset this round, beating Stockton 9-7.
Okay.
Then we
I
had
can see that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar versus Anthony Davis.
If this is 2K25, maybe Kareem.
And AD with the biggest upset of the tournament
Okay.
so far. Kareem is our first 99 overall player to lose.
Oh my
81
God.
12-10. After them was Wish Reggie Miller versus Elgin
I
Baylor.
like Elgin, but I'm going with Reggie.
Reggie's shooting was not on this game, and Baylor won 7-5.
Damn,
Next was Dirk Nowitzki
Elgin.
versus Kevin McHale.
Dirk better win. He can shoot.
Dirk led all game and ended up winning 7-5.
Bang,
Then we
let's
had
go.
Allen Iverson versus Dave Cowens.
I think Dave is kind of tall. I'm not totally sure, but Dave might win.
AI with the 1 overall advantage here won the game 7-5. After
Damn,
them
he
was
on the
Larry
ground.
Bird versus Pau Gasol.
Larry better win.
Larry's shooting carried him this game, helping him win 10-7.
Even with that ugly ass shot, he better win.
Next was Patrick Ewing versus JoJo White.
I don't know JoJo. Let's go Patrick.
Patrick Ewing with the big size advantage here won 7-5. The second
Nice.
last game of round 2 was
Big Will. Will. I want Wilt to win everything, but he probably not gonna win against a good shooter.
Wilt Chamberlain versus Bob McAdoo. Wilt dominated this game,
Of
winning
course.
easily 7-4. And the last game of round 2 was Wish Charles Barkley versus
maybe Carmelo. Carmelo can shoot the lights out.
Carmelo Anthony. Again, Barkley is another player that's not actually in the game,
Right,
so we
right.
just have a created player version of him. And Carmelo ended up winning this one 8-6.
Yeah,
Making our way
man.
to round 3 now,
Round 3.
starting off with Michael Jordan versus Ray Allen.
This is Super Sonics Ray Allen, so I'd be fucking with it. But I'm going with Jordan, man. I'm going with
Well,
one
the
of
games
goats.
in round 3
Number 2
are
with
going
all
to go
time
to
for me.
9 points, and again, you have to win by 2. Ray Allen's shooting kept him in this game, but in the end, he couldn't stop Jordan, who won 10-8. After them
Crazy.
was Luka Doncic versus Bob Cousy.
Gotta go with Luka. I like Kuzma though, but I think Luka's gonna win.
See, the youngest
rooting for the
versus
Celtics,
oldest
though.
players in the tournament facing off here, and it was the younger of the two dominating the game. Luka won 9-6.
I seen that.
Then we had Tim Duncan versus Moses Malone. Tim
Duncan's probably gonna win. He's insane on 2K.
He won this game pretty easily, defeating Malone 9-5.
Tim
Next
Duncan's
was
crazy.
Steph Curry versus Nikola Jokic.
I'm rooting for Steph. Jokic might win though.
A huge height mismatch here, but yet again, Curry's shooting shined through, helping him win 9-7.
Get out of here.
After them was Kobe Bryant versus James Harden.
I don't know. This is a tough one. I think they're going to give it to James, but I hope Kobe wins.
Two of the greatest shooting guards in NBA history. It ended up being a really close matchup with Kobe coming out on top 9-7. Then we had Kevin Durant versus Dominique Wilkins.
Ooh, that's a good one. But I still think KD would take it.
Durant's shooting helped him a lot here, and Durant won 10-8. Next was Magic Johnson versus James Worthy.
Magic Johnson, James Worthy. I really like James, y'all. I really do like James Worthy, but they might give it to Magic.
They won 3 championships together in real life, but they were forced to go head-to-head today, and it was the sidekick of the two winning this time. Worthy won 9-7.
I'm telling y'all, James was like that, and James is crazy on 2K.
A huge upset, and another 99 overall gets eliminated. After them was Hakeem Olajuwon versus Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I don't think Giannis got it in him to beat Kareem, but I hope he does.
And in back-to-back games, we see a 99 overall eliminated. This game was high scoring.
Get him out of here.
It was a lot of back and forth, but Giannis won 15-13. Then we had LeBron James versus Vince Carter.
I'm going with Brian, but Vince. Never mind. He can't fuck with 2K Brian.
This was an easy game for LeBron, getting a dominant 9-5 win. Next was Kevin Garnett versus Dwayne Wade.
It depends.
And we had another dominant victory this game, this time in favor of Garnett, who won 9.
Big KG, let's go.
After them was Shaquille O'Neal versus Kawhi Leonard.
If Kawhi can guard the post, I don't know if he can guard the post though.
And yet again, another dominant victory. This time it was Shaq winning 9-4. Then we had Bill Russell versus Billy Cunningham.
Big Bill, don't know who Billy is.
And Bill Russell finally put a stop to Billy, beating him 9-7.
Yes,
next was Anthony Davis versus Elgin Baylor.
Hopefully Anthony Davis wins.
Two of the lower seeds left in the tournament. AD had another great game, winning 9-6. After them was Dirk Nowitzki versus Allen Iverson.
I feel like this is a no-brainer, but maybe not. Dirk might get it.
The height of Dirk was too much for AI to handle on defense. And up 9-8, Dirk...
I'm sorry, I went for Dirk. That's what I meant.
Hit a two-pointer to win 11-8. Then we had Larry Bird versus Patrick Ewing.
Larry Bird should take this easily, I think.
And again, it was Larry Bird's shooting that kept them in this game. He hit a 2 to win the game 10-8. And the final game of round 3 was Wilt Chamberlain versus Carmelo Anthony.
I feel like Wilt should beat everybay. I'm not gonna lie.
Wilt was dominant yet again. He's looking pretty unstoppable. He won this one.
They got him shooting fadeaway fadeaway middies. Yeah, I don't know, man.
And we are on to round 4 now, starting with Michael Jordan versus Luka Doncic.
Oh my God, I don't know. They got Luka going crazy in 2K, but I'm going for MJ.
We are going to 9 points again this round, and this was a really close matchup. They just went back and forth scoring the whole game until things were tied up at 7. Jordan got a dunk, then got his first stop against Luka all game, following it up with another dunk to win 9-7. Next, we had Tim Duncan
hopefully Steph can win, but not over Tim. I don't think so.
Versus Stephen Curry. Curry couldn't do anything to stop Duncan, but after each inbound, he would just chuck up a 3, and this helped him win the game 9-6.
Okay,
after them was Kobe Bryant versus Kevin Durant.
Kobe, I'm giving this to Kobe. I don't think Kevin can finish over Kobe.
And just like Curry, Kobe was lights out from 3 this game. He had the lead for pretty much the entire game because of it, and ended up winning 9-6. Then we had James Worthy versus Giannis Antetokounmpo.
James Worthy is like that, but I don't think he can guard Giannis.
Kumpo, this was the biggest blowout of the round.
Get his old ass out of here.
Giannis just dominated all game. He won 9-3. Next was LeBron James versus Kevin Garnett.
Damn, two of my favorite players, but one is my favorite player of all times. They're gonna give it to LeBron.
Despite LeBron being the 2 seed, he could not do anything against Garnett.
Oh, my bad, KG. My bad, KG. I'm tripping.
Garnett bullied LeBron in the post.
Let's go.
And locked him up on defense, winning the game 9-6. After them was Shaquille O'Neal versus Bill Russell.
I don't think Shaq is gonna win this.
2 of the greatest centers in NBA history, but Shaq proving why he's the most dominant player of all time in this game. He won 9-7. The penultimate game of
usually Bill Russell can stop anybody.
Round 4 was Anthony Davis versus Dirk Nowitzki, and this was
hopefully AD wins, but I feel like they're going to give it to Dirk.
a really close game. They went back and forth scoring till it was all tied up at 9. From here, AD got a dunk to get his takeover, allowing him to get a stop on defense. Then he hit a tough post shot to win the game 11-9, getting yet another upset. And finally, the last match of round 4 was Larry Bird versus Wilt.
I don't think Larry Bird has a chance if he misses a couple shots.
Chamberlain, this was the closest and longest game around 4, going past the score limit, being tied up at 13. Wilt got his takeover badge, and Larry couldn't stop him. Wilt won 15-13.
Yes, sir.
And we are down to only 8 players remaining now.
I hope KG and Wilt don't face each other.
Now, starting off in this round, we got Michael Jordan versus Stephen Curry.
I don't think Steph can do it, but you never know with the threes.
And in this round, all the games will be going up to 11 points. This game was close. Things were all tied up at 9 points. Curry had the chance to end it with a 3, but bricked the shot. And right after clearing the ball, Jordan pulled up from 3, draining it to win the game 11-9. Next was Kobe Bryant versus Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Kobe versus, I don't think Kobe got it, bro.
And surprisingly, Kobe dominated Giannis. Usually Giannis is the one that's OP in these matchups, but this time it was Kobe getting a fairly easy 11-6.
I'm sorry, Cole. I'm sorry.
Then we had Shaquille O'Neal versus Kevin Garnett.
Shaquille versus KG. Shaq might get it, but I got to root for KG though.
This game was quite a bit closer than the last one, but still Shaq is just unstoppable. He had to sweat a bit for this one, winning 11-8. And the last match of the round was Anthony Davis versus Wilt.
I don't think Anthony Davis can do anything with Wilt, but I might be wrong if he started hitting a couple shots.
Chamberlain, AD is the only player remaining that's under a 98 overall, and somehow he pulled off the impossible yet again this game.
This is not real.
It was a great matchup, but AD came out on top, winning 12-10.
I don't believe it.
And we are into the semifinals now. Only 4 players remain. And to start, we have Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant, going to 11 points.
The matchup everybody talks about.
Again,
Kobe might, the way he's been performing in this, I feel like he can win.
These guys are practically the same player, and it showed in the matchup. It was back and forth, but Jordan started pulling ahead a bit. He took a 10-8 lead. But Kobe followed this up with a layup and a 3 to pull ahead by 1 point. Jordan came right back and tied everything up again, but on the next possession, Kobe hit Jordan with a nasty pump fake, giving him a wide open 3, and he drained it to win 13-11.
Big Kobe, man.
And our other semifinal.
I figured Kobe was on it. Yeah. I don't know. Anthony Davis has been surprising me, but I don't think he can handle Shaq.
Finals matchup was Shaquille O'Neal versus Anthony Davis. These guys have been the 2 most dominant big men all tournament. Also 2 Lakers players, and this was a great battle between them. The game took a long time, but eventually everything was tied up at 11. From here, Shaq had 2 unanswered buckets to give him the 13-11 win. And we have made it to the finals. Kobe Bryant.
Shaq versus Kobe. Hell no. What the fuck?
This is Shaquille O'Neal, the greatest duo in NBA history, facing off in a 1v1 to find the greatest 1v1 player in NBA history.
But I think it's going to be Shaq.
We're going to 15 points this game, and this was actually a great matchup. Starting the game, everything was back and forth. When Kobe scored, Shaq followed up with a bucket of his own, then Kobe would come right back with another bucket. This led to the game being tied up at 10. From here, Shaq started dominating the game, getting 4 unanswered buckets in a row. He went up 14-10. Kobe was able to score one more time, but unfortunately couldn't make the comeback. Shaq ended things with a layup, winning the game 15-11 and becoming the greatest 1v1 player in 1v1 history, or at least in NBA 2K25. Let me know if you guys think the same thing would happen in real life, or if you think another player would win. Smash the like button, subscribe.
This is a dope ass video. I was pausing the whole time, and it was crazy. Like, time was really going. That shit wild as fuck. I don't think this would happen in real life, I'm be honest with you. I feel like Wilt would blow a lot of people out of water, but I don't know. Great video. I think that's all I really gotta say, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Till next time, I'm out.